Alright guys, talking about the parts on section A for the gold truck manuals. Alright, these are your general hoses. This is the AC compressor. This is the alternator, and this is the belt. So the AC compressor and the alternator are both belt driven. Also, you got to talk about the belt. The belt shouldn't have no more than 3/4 inches of play. Got to say it's not cut, frayed, or torn. Also, on your alternator, you have to say there's no exposed wires or illegal tape. All right, let's go to the driver's side. Driver's side, you gotta talk about the coolant reservoir wick cap. Make sure you say it's not leaking and it's filled to the proper level. This is your water pump. On the water pump, it's belt driven. Gotta make sure you say it's belt driven, it's not leaking. And also you gotta talk about the belt. The belt shouldn't have no more than 3/4 inches of play, not cut, frayed, or torn. This is your power steering reservoir wick cap. Make sure you say it's filled to the proper level, not leaking. These are the hoses to the power steering reservoir. From the power steering reservoir, I go to the power steering pump. So the way you find the power steering pump, you follow the hose all the way inside the tractor frame. That's your power steering pump right there. Alright, the power steering pump is gear driven. Got to say it's gear driven. Alright, right behind the power steering pump is the air compressor. This is the air compressor. The air compressor is gear driven. Alright, and this is your oil dipstick. Got to talk about the oil dipstick. This is the upper steering linkage. Shouldn't have no more than 10 degrees or 2 inches of play. This is the power steering gearbox. Alright, we want to talk about the lower steering linkage. This is the pitman arm. This is a drag link. This is a steering knuckle. And this bar right here is the tie rod. All held together by a calcer nut. And this is a cotter pin. I want to talk about the suspension. It's 5 parts to the suspension. You have the spring mounts, leaf springs, U-bolt, shock absorber, and an airbag. This is a spring mount. Make sure you say front and back spring mounts. These are leaf springs. This is a U-bolt. This is a shock absorber, and there's no airbag in the front. Make sure you say there's no airbag in the front of the truck. All right, now I want to talk about the brakes. These are the brake hoses. This is the brake chamber. This is a slack adjusting push rod. This is a brake drum. This is a brake lining. Alright, I want to talk about the tire. This is the tire. This is a rim, lug nuts, hub axle seal, and this is a valve stem wick cap. Also on section A, you have to talk about the tractor frame. And that's the end of section A on the gold truck.